Again, we're clearing fractions. This is from the book. It's Module 3, Topic 1, Lesson 1, and we're on pages 11 through 13. Finding the least common denominator, distribute, and then solve. That's what we're doing. So on this one, I'm going to find the least common denominator. The two denominators that we have are 3 and 6. So 3, 6, 9, 12. 6, 12. What's the smallest number they have in common? And that is 6. So that means I'm going to take this and I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by 6. So I multiply here. 6 times 1/3, 2x plus 7, and then 6 times 5/6 equals 6 times 5/3 x. 3 goes into 6 two times, so I've got 2 parentheses, 2x plus 7. These 6's cancel out, so I've got 5. 3 goes into 6 two times, and that's 10x. Sorry. So I distribute. There we go. When I distribute, I would get 4x plus 14 plus 5 equals 10x. So 4x plus 19 equals 10x. When I want to move the 4x to the other side because we want the variables on one side, I get 19 equals 6x. I divide by 6, and I get 19/6 equals x. And that's how you do that problem. Ignore this because I forgot to write part of it. So, explain why Cody's reasoning is incorrect. So let's look at the least common denominator, 2 and 4. We have 2, we have 4, look at that. That's our least common denominator. Okay, so then if I take 4 and I multiply it by -3/4, those cancel and I do get -3x, beautiful. I take 4 and I multiply it by 1/2 x. That goes in. That would get me a 2x. That looks good. And then I take 4 and I multiply it by 5/4. Okay, those cancel and I get 5. Okay, that looks good. Then they subtracted 2x from both sides. Actually, I want to erase this for a second because that looks like I'm dividing. Subtract 2x from both sides, and I get -5x equals 5. Divide by -5, and get x equals -1. Okay? And he said, since I multiplied both sides by 4, to get the solution, I have to divide the solution by 4. Okay, why would you have to divide the solution by 4? Because if this came out to be my solution, and if we have division, that means I have to divide both sides by 4. I can't just divide one side by 4. That would give me x over 4 equals -1/4. So in the end, you can't do dividing afterwards. Okay, that's what his reasoning is. You can't do this one. You can't do that. Okay, so let's look here. We're going to solve each equation. So the least common denominator, I have 2, I have 4. 2, 4, look at that. So I'm going to multiply by 4 on this side. Oops, I should have done brackets. And I'm going to multiply by 4 on this side. So 4 times 1/4 x minus 5, and then 4 times 9 equals 4 times 1/2 x. 4 goes into 4 one time, so that has me with 1 x minus 5 plus 36 equals 2 goes into 4 two times, so 2x. So this gets me x minus 5 plus 36 equals 2x. I combine like terms, get 31 equals 2x. I subtract, sorry, my iPad is being silly. I get 31 equals x. Okay. The next one, my common denominator. I have 4, I have 8. 4, 8. Look at that. So 8 is my common denominator. So I take 8 and I multiply it by 5/4, x plus 1/2. And then I take 8 and I multiply it by 8. And 8 and I multiply it by 1/8 x. So this cancels, I get 2. So that's 10 times x plus 1/2 plus 64 equals, these 8's cancel, so I have x. 10 times x would be 10x. 10 times 1/2 would be 5 plus 64 equals x. So 10x plus 69 equals x. I subtract the 10x from both sides. 69 equals negative 9x. Divide by negative 9. 3 goes into that 23 times. 3 goes into this 3 times. So that is your answer. Okay. Common denominators. We have 2, we have 4. 2, 4, 4. Yep, there we go. So I'm going to multiply this side of the equal sign by 4 and this side of the equal sign by 4. When I do that, this 2 cancels here and I have 2. So 2 parenthesis 10x plus 2. Then I take 4 and I multiply it by 4x. Take 4 and I multiply it by 1/4. 20x plus 4 equals 16x plus 1, because these cancel. Subtract 16x to the other side. I get 4x plus 4 equals 1. I subtract 4, get 4x equals negative 3. I divide by 4, and I get x equals negative 3/4. I have 2, 4, and 8. Do you see that 2 goes into 8, 4 goes into 8, and 8 goes into 8? Hopefully you do. So I'm going to multiply this side by 8, and multiply this side by 8. 8 times 3/8, x plus 8, equals 8 times 1/2, x plus 5, plus 8 times 1/4. When I do this, these 8's cancel, so I'm left with 3 parenthesis x plus 8. 2 goes into 8 4 times, so I'm left with 4 parenthesis x plus 5. Plus 4 goes into this twice, so that's 2. I multiply through, so that's 3x plus 24 equals 4x plus 20 plus 2. Combine like terms. I get 3x plus 24 equals 4x plus 22. I subtract the 3x to the other side. I get 24 equals x plus 22. I subtract the 22, and I get 2 is equal to x. Okay, one last problem. Common denominator. The only denominator we have is 3. So we're going to multiply both sides of the equal sign by 3. When I do that, these 3's cancel, and I get negative 2 parenthesis 5x plus 4. Here I get 3 times negative 3, 3x plus 2, minus 3 times 7/3. So negative 10x minus 8 equals negative 9 parenthesis 3x plus 2. And these 3's cancel, so I get minus 7. I need to do this, so negative 10x minus 8 equals negative 27x minus 18. Combine like terms. Negative 27x minus negative 25. Add 27x to both sides. I get 17x minus 8 equals negative 25. I add 8 to both sides of the equal sign. I get 17x equals negative 17. Divide by 17 and get x equals negative 1.